Hey folks, Woodgeist here again with another knife project. Sorry about the dagger. Started it, didn't finish the knife, so this time I'm not uploading anything um, until I've finished all the videos and the complete knife. This knife I'm working on is inspired by a few different knives. The first knife that inspired it, and the first knife that I said I want that knife, was the Extrema Ratio Kukri-Z. They have the small one and the large one. I want both of them, but they're, $350 knives. And after I kind of put that aside, I came across another knife made by custom knife maker Magnus Axelson. If you haven't seen his work, check him out. He's brilliant. He does amazing metal work, super sculpted handles. He uses copper for in some of his projects, which I really like. I love copper. And he made a knife which is sort of, it's hard to pin it down as a certain type of knife, but you could say it's a bit of a kukri. And so that was another big inspiration for this knife. Another thing that is sort of an inspiration for this knife is zombies. I've been watching The Walking Dead, which is a great show. And I was thinking, if zombies happened, which I don't think they ever will, I actually watched a show that made it very clear that it's just about impossible for zombies to exist. Not that I ever believed they would. But if a zombie were to attack, I would want something similar to those knives that inspired this knife. So that is what helped me develop this design. It's got blue layout dye on it, if you're wondering why it's blue. Check that out. This is 3/16 01 carbon tool steel. I thought about going 1/4 inch, but I figured I could do it out of 3/16. If it doesn't work out in 3/16, I can try 1/4 inch. The 3/16 is a nice size to work with. You can see there. So I'll tell you about some design points and a couple of points of inspiration. I'll start with the handle here. You can see it's got a downward slope at the end. That is inspired by the Magnus Axelson knife. His is hidden tang, with a beautiful blue burl handle and really sculpted copper guard. I decided I would do full tang because this is going to be a working knife. And actually, I intend to carry this out camping instead of an axe on my belt, to cut down on weight, and provided this works well, to do chopping tasks and stuff. So that kick up is inspired by the Magnus Axelson knife. His is a little more curvy, but again, that's where the inspiration comes from. Also, the shape of the guard and I don't know what you call this, the finger slot. That's something, again, in the Magnus Axelson knife. I'm sure if you have seen the Extrema Ratio knives, the handle is pretty well straight, with it's wider at the end and then a little drop in at the front. Okay. The blade shape The top part of the blade is kind of a combination of the Magnus Axelson blade and the Extrema Ratio blade. The Extrema Ratio is a Tonto, so the tip is far less pointy. It's about like that, if you could imagine, cut off where my finger is. Maybe a little more. The Magnus Axelson blade doesn't have a drop point. It actually is sort of scimitar-ish with a mild curve. Not that extreme, but a bit of a curve. And his is quite a bit longer too. This is about 13 inches long, maybe a little less. And then this portion of the blade, my hope is to hollow grind this portion and use it for finer tasks, and then to flat grind this portion. I don't have equipment for hollow grinding at the moment, so it's still up in the air. I may just flat grind it. There you go. Thanks for checking it out.